Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Ganesha-Hanuman.com. So this is a wonderful video for Surya Sankranti, Sun's transit into a new sign. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And once you subscribe, make sure to select all notifications so that you get a notification on YouTube as soon as I release a video. So once you subscribe, then click on that subscribe drop down again, and you'll see the bell icon for all notifications. So anyways, let's get started. So Surya Sankranti. Sankranti means entry into a sign. So when sun changes sign, we call it Surya Sankranti. So we have 12 Sankrantis in a year. Because sun, as we know, takes 365 days, a full year, to go around the zodiac, and it stays in each sign for exactly 1 month, pretty much, right? So every month we have a different Sankranti. Sun enters a different sign every month. So every month has a flavor, different flavor. And this happens usually around middle of the month, like 16th or 17th of the month, depends on which month it is. And so let's get started. See, this is one of the very important transits I see because sun is the ruler of the solar system. Sun is the king. So let me share my screen. All right. So sun is the king of the solar system. Sun is the reason we have all these 9 planets, where they are in their place because of the sun. So sun is like the structure of the solar system, right? So that's why sun rules bones in our body. Bones are the structure of the body. They hold the body together. Without the bones, there won't be any body, right? So sun is the king, and sun is the timekeeper. It's always punctual. You can bet there'll be a sunrise. Of course, the clouds in between is a different issue, but the sun rises and the sun sets. So sun is very, very punctual. So whichever house the sun is sitting in your chart, look at that house. It'll force you to be very punctual in that area of life. And sun is the king, right? So the king is supposed to be a very benevolent, like king loves to give, to help other people, right? So the sun is a giver. And so one of the key remedies actually becomes whichever house sun is sitting in your chart, that house related things you should donate. Okay, so that's then sort of you're doing a remedy for the sun. So you're getting the blessings of Surya, the sun god. Okay. And sun also represents immunity in our body. Sun is in general our immunity, our health. If sun is strong in the chart, then you'll have a strong immunity. If sun is weak, let's say, then we want to do some remedies, do things like Gayatri mantra things. So we'll talk about some of the remedies. And also, sun is the natural Atmakaraka. Atmakaraka is like soul significator. So in a way, one of the indicators of our goal or our dharma in this life is look at the position of sun in the chart. So sun gives us indication what is the purpose of our incarnation of this life. So anyway, so sun is very, very important. So this monthly transit of sun is important in many ways, because you want to see in general first where the sun is, right? So we always have this 4-step process of analyzing what's happening. First, you look at the graha, the planet, the qualities of the planet. So what we're talking about is sun in various signs. So we looked at the properties, the qualities, the karakas of sun, the Surya, which we already discussed some of them, right? So sun is the king, sun is the father, sun is the government authorities, sun is the timekeeper, sun is immunity, sun is Atmakaraka, sun is the structure of the solar system, sun is the structure of our body, sun is the health, okay? So all that's the first step. Second step is the sign the planet is placed in, right? So the sign is like environment. So some planets, for example, sun enjoys being in certain signs, and sun doesn't feel very strong in other signs. For example, if sun is in Leo, sun rules Leo. So that becomes its own house, its own kingdom, its own environment. So sun is very strong in Leo. But if sun is, let's say, in Cancer, that's like a water sign. It's like sign of the mother, and the leader, the king, doesn't feel super comfortable. It cannot execute its policies while in Cancer. So there's different energy. Of course, it's good for certain things, but the energy shifts. So we look at the planet first. We look at the sign it's placed in. Of course, we look at the aspects, conjunction, all of that. You can keep adding, but then the third step is which house it is placed in. So that depends on your rising sign. So we'll talk about all the 12 rising signs, where the sun is, which house the sun is placed. So that house illuminates. Okay, wherever sun goes, sun is what? The light giver. So if sun is in the second house, you will have a strong speech like a leader, right? So some things connected with the second house will be very prominent in your life. And finally, the fourth step is nakshatra it is placed in. So this transit, it's pretty much going to be in the nakshatra of Hasta and Chitra. So we'll talk about those. So in a nutshell, how you analyze any transit is first look at the qualities of the planet, the qualities of the sign it is sitting in, qualities of the house it is in, it is transiting through, and finally the qualities of the nakshatra it is in. So that gives you a pretty good solid picture. Of course, you add more layers. Now, some people say, they ask, this transit is supposed to be the best thing ever, right, for everyone, or at least for Libra rising or Cancer rising, but then some things are not manifesting in my life. So you have to look at the natal chart first. See, the natal chart has to promise first things that we see in the transit or during the dasha. So see, the dasha, which is the planetary periods, dasha and gochar, which is the transit. So the transit and the dasha are timing tools. Timing tools means they give us the idea about when things may manifest, but the promise of those things is hidden in the natal chart. So you want to superimpose the natal chart on top of the or the transit on top of the natal chart. That gives you the full picture. So I've had a separate video on that. So anyway, so that's sun in Virgo. Now Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the commander. Mercury is the prince. Okay, sun is the king. So sun is in a good spot in Virgo. Virgo is the earth sign, and so Virgo sun means you can execute. You can make things happen, especially business related things, business, money, communication, like your trading, things like that. So sun and Mercury gives you this analytical ability, being able to sell things, being able to do business, basically execute things, execute your plans, and be very fine and communicative and diplomatic and responsive and clear in your thinking, in your analysis, clear in your speech, all of that. So sun in Virgo is a great time for us to sort of execute our business plans in a nutshell. Okay, and then the houses, we'll talk about the houses, all the 12 rising signs. And then Hasta and Chitra, these are the two nakshatras that sun will be in. I'll specify the dates when it'll be in Hasta and when it'll be in Chitra. Hasta, literally the nakshatra, the Hasta word itself means hand. So the power of this nakshatra is to grab things in our hands that we wish, so our desires, our wishes, we can grab in our hands, meaning it's the nakshatra of manifestation. You can make things happen. You can bring things in your hands. And so hands, and then you can extrapolate. You can see all of the other things, all the other symbolic things connected with the hand. So it's all the skills that we have, right? So sun in Hasta is a great time to pick up new skills, learn new things, especially with your hands, right? And then Chitra nakshatra, the word Chitra means piece of art. So it's a very creative, artistic nakshatra. So sun in Chitra means again, the theme is you want to start learning some new artwork, art form, music, dance, painting. And also Chitra, one of the symbols, Chitra, is a pearl. So you see how the pearl, it forms at the bottom of the ocean, right? After undergoing such immense pressure. So sun in Chitra indicates that we may want to go through intense pressure and tapasya and sadhana and hard work, but to create something very big. Okay, so that's the um, energy of Sun in Chitra. All right, so let's get started now. So that was the introduction for all 12 signs, 12 for everybody basically. So now let's go one by one. So this is for Sun in Virgo for Aries rising, number one sign. And let me mark it here. Okay, so we have Sun here, right? So this is what for Aries rising. Aries number one sign, which is good, easy to sort of go over the houses. So Sun is in what, sixth house. For Aries rising, Sun will be in the sixth house. Now, Sun will be in Hasta Nakshatra from September 27th through October 10th, and it will be in Chitra Nakshatra from October 10th through October 24th. So that's the difference that we talked about earlier. Now, other thing is till October 1st, Sun is the fifth. See, for Aries rising, Sun is what? Sun is the ruler of Leo. Leo is fifth house, right? So Sun is the fifth lord sitting in the sixth house, right? And at the same time, Mercury is the sixth lord, lord of Virgo, sitting in the fifth house. So they have an exchange going on here. Sun and Mercury are exchanging signs. So in a way, you can put them, exchange their places. So Sun can go to the fifth house in Leo. So the fifth house becomes super strong. Mercury comes to the sixth house, Virgo, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. And so your sixth house becomes very strong as well. And you have Mars sitting there, right, for a portion of this month. So in a nutshell, of course, listen to the intro section and do all the things that we discussed for Hasta, for Chitra, and Sun in Virgo in general means doing business, doing your profession, very tactfully. And so all of the qualities of things connected with the fifth house and the sixth house will become very fruitful, very powerful. So this is the time to execute things related to the fifth house and the sixth house, because fifth house is strong with Sun in Leo after the exchange, and sixth house is powerful because Mercury is exalted in the sixth house, and with Mars in sixth house makes you a fighter. Okay, so things related to children, which is all the fifth house things, children, your romance, mantras that we do, chanting, your students, disciples. Fifth house is all about creativity. And anyway, Sun in Hasta and Chitra, especially Chitra, is super creative. So do some creative things with your children, with your romantic partner, right? And fifth house is intellect, and Sun and Mercury together, very strong. So Sun in fifth house means you want to do, excellent sign for like creative work, and also you'll feel like you're doing some really good intellectual piece of work. So science and debates and things like that are good. You have to be careful. You may have issues with authority. That is Sun. Strong Sun, may lead to that depending on your natal chart. Now, Sun, as I mentioned, is the timekeeper. So punctuality, you'll be very punctual. And also Sun is in the sixth house, right? Sixth house is related to our daily routine. So a strong Mercury there after the exchange, so exalted Mercury there will mean it'll give a push. It'll give us, it'll be good for us to set routines. I mean, it'll be helpful, it'll help us. Now, sixth house is also our lifestyle, our health in general, the hard work that we do. So it's a good time to set a new routine, a daily routine, a new health regimen, maybe start going to the gym. Sixth house is about the enemies and obstacles. So this will be a good chance to fight the enemies within and without. So within, the inner enemies are what? The Shadripus, the six weaknesses, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moh, Mad, Matsar, right? And sixth house is competition. So I think this is a wonderful, wonderful time to, if you're thinking of sitting in competitive exams, like taking some exams or having some, battles to go into. And sixth house is our loans and the debts. So do not take any new debts or loans. This is the good time to pay off the loans and the debts. So that's in a nutshell, Aries rising, how the sun in Virgo is going to be. And again, the sun in Virgo, actually the time period for that would be mid-September through mid-October. But it'll remain in Chitra even if when it goes over to Libra until October 24th. So this sun in Virgo is mainly from mid-September to 17th of October. Okay. Next is Taurus rising. Okay. Second, I'll show you the chart. So you see sun is in the 5th house. Okay. How come? So Taurus is number 2 sign. This is Taurus rising. So sun is sitting in the 5th house, 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And there's an exchange going on between sun and Mercury because sun is the 4th house ruler sitting in the 5th house. 4th house is Leo. So sun is the ruler of Leo sitting in the 5th house. And the same thing, Mercury is the 5th house ruler, which is Virgo, sitting in the 4th house. Okay, so in a way, they are sitting in each other's signs. So that's called the exchange, Parivartana Yoga. And so that means you can bring them into each other's place. So sun comes to Leo. So the 4th house becomes super strong, super powerful. And the Mercury comes to the 5th house, which is Virgo, exalted Mercury with Mars, right? So again, very strong 5th house. So you have 4th house and 5th house very strong. Sun in Leo kind of, as you mentioned in the intro section, please watch the intro. Sun in Leo is wherever the sun goes, it eliminates that house, that sign, that area of life. So as I wrote here, mother may shine. 4th house is connected with our mother, our home environment, our home physical place of residence. It's our vehicles, real estate, inner happiness. So all of that is very, very, good time to pursue all of those things. Go on a journey to find inner happiness. Sun represents truth. Okay, one of the key things, sun is the king. So one of the main objectives of the king is to get to the root of the matter, to find the truth. Sun is the truth seeker. And so finding your truth, okay, your inner happiness, that's sun in the 4th house. And you may do improvements in your home, real estate. And see, the 4th and 5th house are connected, and Mercury is exalted after the exchange. Mercury is exalted in the 5th house. So excellent time to do like actual business projects, business activities with your children. Good time for education. And the focus is the mother and children. Okay, so your mother and your children. So kind of like all 3 generations could be spending time together. Excellent time for that. And especially Taurus rising people love to spend time with their family anyway, their home buddies, right? And good for romance and mantras and students and creativity, intellect, all of the 5th house things, right? Because Mercury is sitting here. Now, so good for children, romance, all of that. But one caution is don't be over analytical, over calculative when it comes to romance, because Mercury exalted in the 5th house, you may end up nitpicking or you will want the most perfect romantic partner. So don't be a perfectionist. That's one caution, because Mercury exalted and Mars sitting there as well. So that may make you very, very choosy and picky. But overall, excellent time for doing 4th house matters and the 5th house things. So and again, sun in Virgo will be from mid-September, around 17th of September. It started all the way through 17th of October. It'll be in Hasta Nakshatra part of the time, and then in Chitra Nakshatra. Do watch the intro section for more details. Okay. Next one is Gemini rising. Gemini rising, let's see. Sun is sitting in the 4th house. See, number 3 sign, that's Gemini rising. So sun comes in the 4th house, 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house, 4th house, right? So sun is in the 4th house. Sun is a ruler of the 3rd house, which is Leo. Leo is number 5 sign. So sun is the ruler of the 3rd house, goes to the 4th house. That's important. We'll see in a second. At the same time, Mercury is the 4th house ruler going to the third house, because fourth house is what? Number 6 sign is Virgo. Fourth house is Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And so Mercury is sitting in the third house. So in a way, these two planets, they are exchanging signs. So it's called Parivartana Yoga. So for every rising sign, this Parivartana Yoga is taking place in a different place, different houses, right? So it's not the same for all the signs. That makes all the difference. So listen to this carefully, which houses it's taking place in. So for Gemini rising, this Parivartana Yoga is taking place in the third house and fourth house. So in a way, you can bring Mercury here in Virgo, so it becomes exalted Mercury, and you can bring Sun back to Leo, to the third house, so it becomes Leo, Sun sitting in own sign. So the third house and the fourth house becomes very, very powerful throughout this month for Gemini rising, and that's Sun in Virgo, 17th September through 17th of October. Okay, so all the things with the third house, your siblings may shine, meaning wherever the sun sits, in whichever house the sun sits in, that area of life illuminates, because sun is the source of light. Sun is the truth, right? So your siblings may get recognition. And the third house and fourth house, the actual living beings connected is the siblings, younger siblings, and your mother. So spend time with your younger siblings and your mother. So it's a good time, just like for Taurus also, this is a good time for spending time with family, especially younger siblings and your mother, doing things together, making plans, or doing business from your home, like coming up with some creative business ideas and things like that with your family, with your mother, with your siblings, sitting in your home. Fourth house is the ruler is exalted, sitting in the fourth house, right? Now be careful, there might be some issues with ego or anger issues with your mother or with your siblings, okay? So that's one caution, but otherwise excellent time to make things happen related to your home, business, and doing it with your siblings and their mother. Okay. All right. So next is Cancer rising. Cancer rising, Sun is sitting in the third house, and his Sun is the ruler of the second house. So see here, second lord sitting, Sun in the third house, and exchanges with Mercury, which is so it goes back to the second house. How so? So this is number 4 sign, Cancer rising, right? So we're talking about Sun in Virgo, which is going to be from 17th of September through 17th of October. Okay, and part of the time it'll be in Hasta, part of the time in Chitra, and you can see the recommendations for that in the intro section. Okay, now let me mark here. So for Cancer rising, Sun is sitting in which house? Third house. First house, second house, third house, right? Sun is in the third house, but Sun is the ruler of the second house, which is Leo. Number 5 sign is Leo, so Sun is the ruler of second house. It's sitting in the third house. Similarly, Mercury is the ruler of the third house, which is Virgo, sitting in the second house. In a way, they're exchanging signs. It's called Parivartana Yoga. That means you can bring Mercury here and you can bring Sun here. So Sun comes to Leo after the exchange. So the second house becomes extremely powerful. At the same time, Mercury goes to the third house, Virgo, and so that becomes exalted Mercury. And so that's the third house. So the second house and the third house become very, very, very strong for Cancer rising. See, second house is our family, third could be extended family also, and third house is our younger siblings. So this is good time to do business, to do creative ideas with your siblings or with your family in general. Excellent time to give lectures and speeches. Second house, Sun in Leo after exchange makes you a leader. Okay, so authoritative speech. So you may give lectures and convincing speaking engagements. And third house is strong, Mercury exalted there. This is, so for Cancer, excellent time to pick up new skills, especially with your hands or with doing business in general, communication, documentation, and being very courageous, because third house represents our courage as well. And so you can do remedies and things for Surya and Mercury with your family, with your siblings, like doing pujas and things like that. But yeah, one caution, there might be some anger issues with your family or ego issues with your family members, because Leo sun could make, and again, this depends on your natal chart also, whether this will happen or not. Also depends on your natal chart. But in general, be careful about having any ego issues with your family members or with your siblings as well. Wherever sun goes, that area of life actually eliminates. So your younger siblings may shine, may find recognition, but be careful about any anger or ego issues there. Okay. All right. Next is Leo rising. So we're talking about sun in Virgo. For Leo rising, sun in Virgo is going to be from 17th of September through 17th of October. And so we talked about in general what it means, sun in Virgo. Listen to the intro section. Sun will be in the Hasta until October 10th and in Chitra until October 24th. Okay, so we talked about that as well. Now, this is Leo rising. So let me show you on the chart. So sun is sitting in the second house. So this is number 5 sign is Leo. So it's Leo rising. This is the ascendant. And this is the second house. So we say Lagna Lord Sun is sitting in the second house and exchanging signs with Mercury. It goes to Lagna. So Sun is the second. Sun is the Lagna Lord. Sun is Lord of Leo, right? Sitting in the second house. At the same time, Mercury is the second Lord sitting in the Lagna. Second Lord, why? Because second house is Virgo. So Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and it's sitting in the first house in Lagna. So they're exchanging signs. So Sun and Mercury are sitting in each other's signs. It's called Parivartan Yoga. So in a way, you can bring Sun back here to Lagna, and you can bring Mercury ahead to Virgo. So these two houses become very, very strong, very powerful. So for Leo, Leo people anyway, they are leaders, right? So but now Sun will be sitting in your Lagna for full month through October 17th or so. So be a leader. That's what you're born to do. Self-improvement, shine bright. You can do business with your family, because second house, if you bring Mercury here after exchange, exalted Mercury in the second house, great time to do some family business, work on family wealth, do things around that. Pick up, sattvic diet, like good eating habits, and excellent for speaking and communication also, because second house presents our speech. And again, caution is there might be some ego issues or anger or authority issues with your family members, between yourself, which is first house Lagna, and your family, which is second house. So be careful about that. Any pitta, anger issues around your family members. But otherwise, be a leader, achieve everything that you ever wished for, or at least start planning for those, at least start thinking about on those lines. Manifest those things, because Hasta and Chitra are very creative nakshatras. And listen to the intro section also for remedies for Hasta and Chitra as well. Okay. Next is Virgo rising. Virgo rising, let me show you what's going on. Virgo rising, Sun is sitting in the Lagna, right? So we're talking about Sun in Virgo, of course. So Virgo rising means Sun is in Virgo in the first house in Lagna. And again, this transit is happening. Sun stays in a sign for a month. So Sun will be in Virgo from about September 17th through October 17th. So this full month, Sun in Virgo in your Lagna for Virgo rising. And Sun is, like we say here, so before that, so Sun will be in Hasta during these dates and in Chitra. So look at, listen to the intro section. We talked about remedies for Sun in Hasta and Sun in Chitra. Remedies means just enjoy the blessings, harness the blessings, the positive energy of these nakshatra, not about if something is broken in the chart. Remedies means to be on the same page with the deities. So Sun is the 12th lord in your chart, sitting in the Lagna. Let's see here, right? So 12th lord, why 12th? This is the 12th house. 12th sign is Leo. So Sun is the ruler of the 12th house, sitting in Lagna. At the same time, Mercury is the Lagna Lord, which is Virgo. Lagna is Virgo, right? Number 6 sign is Virgo. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, sitting in the 12th house. You go like this: first house, second house, third house, like this, counterclockwise, right? This is the 12th house. So in a way, Mercury and Sun are exchanging signs. It's called Parivartana Yoga. Parivartana Yoga means so you can actually bring Mercury here and you can bring Sun here. So Mercury comes to the Lagna, so the Lagna Lord becomes exalted, and then you can bring Sun back to the 12th house, and 12th house becomes very, very powerful with Sun in Leo. Okay, so that's the exchange, that's the Parivartana Yoga between the 12th Lord and the Lagna Lord. So what all that means is, one is right here, I've written the first important thing is, especially till October 1st, when the exchange is going on, be careful, let go of your ego. Actually, after that also, because Sun will be in your Lagna. So the Sun in Lagna gives you good immunity, good for health, excellent for starting some health routines. But it may give you ego, like you may think that you are the invincible leader, right? So it's good to think that you're a leader, but not invincible or not have any ego. So Virgo rising people, be careful with ego issues, especially dealing with foreigners. But it's an excellent time, great time to do business with foreign people or foreign countries. Like you could travel to foreign countries. Wonderful time to do business with foreigners, and also dive into like foreign subjects, foreign cultures, foreign uh, things. So everything connected with foreign things, foreign subjects, foreign places, all that is wonderful time for doing all of that. And then of course, self-improvement, be a leader, execute deals, rediscover yourself through discernment, because Mercury is buddhi, right? Discernment is buddhi. So Mercury is very strong, exalted in Virgo after the exchange. And then 12th house is connected with our ancestors and our dreams and astral travel, all of that energy healing. So great time to, you may actually see dreams. Your ancestors may come in your dreams and give you some guidance and help and uh, and strength. So do more yoga nidra, do more energy healing, do more going inwards and thinking about your ancestors, honoring your ancestors. And actually, the Shraddha, the fortnight that is especially powerful for ancestor worship, is coming up after the coming full moon. So that would be a wonderful time, especially for Virgo. Actually, everybody should do the uh, ancestral worship during those 2 weeks. I'll create a separate video for that. But for now, so Virgo rising, Sun and Mercury are exchanging signs. So your 12th house becomes very, very powerful, and your Lagna becomes very, very powerful. Next is Libra rising. So Libra rising, we're talking about Sun in Virgo, which is going to be from around 17th of September through 17th of October. And Sun will be in Hasta Nakshatra part of the time, and it'll be in Chitra Nakshatra part of the time. Listen to the intro section to get the details, what it means, and the remedies. And so for Libra rising, let me show you what's happening. Libra rising, so Sun is the third house ruler. So Libra means number 7, right? Number 7 sign is rising. You go counterclockwise all the way. So Sun is sitting in the 12th house here. Okay. Sun is sitting in the 12th house, but Sun is the ruler of the 11th house, because 11th house is what? Number 5 sign, that's Leo. Sun is the ruler of Leo. So Sun is ruler of the 11th house, sitting in the 12th house. At the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 12th house, which is Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo, and it's sitting in the 11th house. So they are exchanging signs. It's called Parivartana Yoga. Okay, so in other words, you can bring Sun here back to the 11th house, and you can bring Mercury back ahead to the 12th house. So the 11th house becomes very strong because Sun comes here after the exchange, and then 12th house becomes very strong because exalted Mercury will be sitting here. So all of the things connect with the 11th house and 12th house, the gains from foreigners, dharmic, make very spiritual dharmic friends. And you may actually be very, very popular, famous in your social circles, because wherever Sun sits, it eliminates that area. So that will be true until October 1st, but after October 1st, you'll be more famous among foreign people. because 12th house is the foreigners. Okay, now one caution, be very careful of any ego issues with foreigners or with your friends also for part of the time, because sun will be in the 11th house. And be careful about with your expenses. Sun, sitting in 12th house, but also once Mercury goes there, exalted Mercury, you may feel like a king. Okay, so exalted Mercury in the 12th house, you feel like I am the smartest person on earth. I have um, all the money, everything. But so you may end up making like unnecessary expenses. Be very careful. Virgo, Libra rising, keep a handle on your expenses. Do not show off, because exalted Mercury may and Sun in Leo both may actually give you this flair for showing off your things to your friends, especially, and to people you're dealing with, foreigners and foreign maybe you have business in foreign countries, all of that. So be gentle, be humble, okay, because Sun is a giver. So a great time for giving donations. 12th house is all about giving away things, letting go. Okay, and it's the opposite of the 6th house, right? So 6th house is our Shadripus, and 12th house is opposite. So giving away everything, let go of ego, let go of things. But see, there is two ways of giving, right? One is voluntary, other is by force. By force means, oh, you may end up spend like expenses, unexpected expenses, but why not do it voluntarily? Before any expenses happen, we should just voluntarily give donations so that that karma gets taken care of. So that's one of the secrets of how you want to do remedies for each of the houses is, for example, especially for 12th house, one of the key remedies is, if you want to avoid expenses, or at least you can do your part, right? Whether it happens or not, that's not in your hands. But one thing we can try doing is voluntarily give donations so that you don't end up having too many expenses. So that was Sun in Virgo for Libra rising. All right, next is Scorpio rising. Let me show you what's going on in the chart. Here and here, I'll talk about this. Sun in Virgo, we're talking about the monthly transit, Surya Sankranti in the sign of Virgo from September 17th to about October 17th. Sun will be in Hasta Nakshatra part of the time. It will be in Chitra Nakshatra, portion of that period. So listen to the intro section to understand the remedies for Sun in Hasta and Sun in Chitra. Now, for Scorpio rising, so you see here, number 8 sign is Scorpio. So this is Scorpio rising. And you go counterclockwise, first house, second house, third house, like that. So Sun is sitting in the 11th house for Scorpio rising. But Sun is the ruler of the 10th house, which is the sign of Leo. Sun rules Leo. So Sun becomes the ruler of the 10th house, but it's sitting in the 11th house. At the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 11th house, and it's sitting in the 10th house because Mercury rules Virgo. 11th house is number 6 sign, Virgo. So Mercury is the ruler of the 11th house, but sitting in the 10th house. So in a way, they are exchanging signs. It's called Parivartana Yoga. So Sun and Mercury are exchanging signs, right? So you can bring Sun to the 10th house. So it becomes very powerful 10th house, Sun in Leo. And you can bring Mercury back, Mercury ahead to the 11th house. So this becomes exalted Mercury in the 11th house. So 11th house becomes very, very, very strong. So see, the 10th house is strong and 11th house is strong. 10th house is our karma, our work, our profession. 11th house is the gains from our profession, the income from our profession. You might have guessed already, excellent time for work, for profession, for gains, for income. You'll shine, at your workplace. Sun in Leo in the 10th house means you'll get recognition or promotion or things like that. But be very careful of any ego or anger issues at work or with your friends. Very, very, very important. See, the Sun in Leo makes you act like the king who may not actually listen to other people, right? So that could be one downside. So be very careful to be polite, be humble, if you can. So that'll be good. Then you'll get promotion and rise and shine and recognition at your workplace. But also 11th house is super, super strong. Exalted Mercury there after the exchange, but also exalted Mercury there anyway after October 1st. So what that means, you can do business with your friends, like partnerships with your friends, right? Reach out to the friends who are intellectuals, like develop intellectual friendships. And also sun is there, so more like sattvic dharmic friendships, right? Not like the superficial friendships which are only about money and things. These are true friendships, because wherever sun goes, that area of life illuminates, shines. So your friends may get recognition, or you may get recognition among your friend circle. Okay. And sun is a giver, so you may end up helping the masses. 11th house is reaching out to the masses, right? So sun in 11th house makes you a big giver, helper of the mankind. Okay. And so yeah, and 11th house is also our desires. See, the sun in the 11th house will make you have like dharmic, sattvic, holistic desires, but it may also, and especially Mercury sitting there. Mercury is a very calculative, analytical planet, so you may want like, and Mercury is a multitasker, so you may want, you may have like exalted desires. So be careful about that. Okay, so that is Sun in Virgo from September 17th through October 17th, roughly, for Scorpio rising. To understand the full picture, do listen to the intro. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon and get all the notifications for my videos. Thank you so much for your time. So that was Scorpio rising. Next will be Sagittarius. All right. So Sagittarius rising, let's see what's happening. We're talking about Sun in Virgo, which is from September 17th through October 17th. For Sagittarius rising. So this is going to be, Sun will be in Hasta Nakshatra part of the time, and Chitra Nakshatra portion of that. So, and we listen to the intro section to find out the remedies for Sun in Hasta and Sun in Chitra. Now, so what's happening here? So Sun is here, and Mercury is here. And so this is number 9 sign, right? So that's Sagittarius rising. That's number 9. So with Sagittarius rising, this is the first house, second, third, fourth, like that. So the Sun is sitting in the 10th house for Sagittarius rising. But Sun is the ruler of the 9th house. Why? Because 9th house is number 5 sign, which is Leo. Sun rules Leo. So Sun is the ruler of the 9th house, sitting in the 10th house. At the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 10th house, which is Virgo, sitting in the 9th house. So they are exchanging signs. It's called Parivartana Yoga. So you can bring Sun to the 9th house in Leo, and you can bring Mercury to the 10th house Virgo. So the 9th house becomes super strong with Sun, with the Leo Sun, and the 10th house becomes very, very strong with exalted Mercury sitting there after the exchange. Okay, so this makes you combine work on the 9th house things and the 10th house things, especially more the 10th house. The 9th house is very, very powerful. Actually, throughout the month, 9th house will be powerful as well, because even after October 1st, there is no more exchange, but Sun will be sitting here, and Mercury would have moved here. So Sun will be sitting with a exalted Mercury and the commander-in-chief Mars. So this month for Sagittarius rising, shine at your work. Even if you feel like, oh, I get no recognition, I have no, vision for my career, whatever. This is the time, at least set things in motion, make plans, work hard, think big, have big goals. You have the powers. The leader, the king, the Sun is sitting in the 10th house. And after October 1st, especially, Mercury will join. Mercury is the prince. Mercury is exalted in the 10th house, and Sun is sitting with the commander-in-chief, the planet that actually executes Sun's orders, right? So Sun and Mars and Mercury are having influence on the 10th house. Very, very, very powerful. And the sign of Virgo itself means business. Very organized, calculative, analytical skills. So all of that, use your communication skills. Mercury in the 10th house, powerful in Virgo, powerful communication skills. See, the prince, what does a prince do? Prince is a diplomat. Prince likes to appease, to be in the good books of both the sides, the Republicans and Democrats, right? So wants to pacify, wants to please both sides, because Prince wants to become the next king, right? So 10th house is very, very, I cannot overemphasize, it's extremely strong for Sagittarius. Now, careful not to have any ego issues at work, especially, and with your gurus and father also, but especially at work, because it's a powerhouse of energy in your 10th house, and you may feel exalted, you may feel like a king, you may feel like invincible, but so you may end up developing ego or anger and things like that. So be very, very careful. So other things, so you can see here recognition through father, or recognition to the gurus also, because 9th house is involved. Higher education, higher wisdom, pilgrimage, the long distance travels, that's 9th house, right? Dharma, Sangha, all those 9th house related things will be in focus as well. So 9th house and 10th house are very strong for Sagittarius rising during this month, when Sun is in Virgo from September 17th through October 17th. Okay. Next is Capricorn rising. Let's see what's going on for Capricorn rising. Let me just mark these two first. Now, I'll explain why. So we're talking about Sun in Virgo, which is from September 17th through October 17th. And this is the, Sun's transit in any sign. It's very important, very, very important. Sun is the ruler of the solar system. And so part of that period, Sun will be in Hasta Nakshatra, and a portion will be in a portion of during from October 10th onwards, it'll be in Chitra Nakshatra. So listen to the intro section, please, if you want to understand the remedies and the energy of Sun in Hasta and Sun in Chitra. Now, for Capricorn rising, so we're talking about Sun in Virgo. So you see, this is number 10 sign, which is Capricorn. So it's Capricorn rising. So this is the first house, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So Sun is sitting in the 9th house, but Sun is the ruler of the 8th house, which is Leo, right? So Leo rising, sorry, not Leo rising. Leo ruler is Sun, which is Leo is 8th house, sitting in the 9th house. So at the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 9th house, which is Virgo, sitting in the 8th house. So there's an exchange between the 8th house ruler and the 9th house ruler. So we call it Parivartana Yoga. And now with the exchange, Sun comes here, so Sun comes in Leo, that means 8th house becomes very strong. And Mercury comes here, so in Virgo, so Mercury is exalted. So that makes the 9th house very, very strong. Okay, so this will be the focus for you for this month, the 8th house and the 9th house. Okay, wherever Sun goes, that area of life is eliminated. So until October 1st, Sun is in, after Parivartana Yoga, Sun comes back to the 8th house. So there won't be any hidden secrets. Some secrets will be revealed. Esoteric wisdom will be revealed. You will be fearless when it comes to going deep dive into very deep esoteric studies. Okay, so anything, yoga, tantra, Ayurveda, Jyotish, all of these esoteric subjects. Okay, and there may be some change, transformation happening for your spiritual path, or with respect to your gurus or your relationship with your gurus, because 8th Lord means transformation, and it is sitting in the 9th house of father and gurus. So some change and transformation connected with your gurus or with your father. Good time for traveling, but also maybe doing business with your gurus. Like getting into partnership with your gurus to do some dharmic work, but in a business setting, right? So that's very good. And so this is the time for Bhagyodaya. For Capricorn rising people, this is the time when your luck will shine, because 9th house represents our Bhagya, luck. Okay, so exalted Mercury will be sitting here throughout the month, even before October 1st, because of the exchange. So 9th house is a power house for you. You may feel lucky. Okay, good for long distance travels, for sangha, for doing things with your spiritual brothers and sisters, delving into philosophy, all of that. Teaching, excellent time for you to become a teacher as well, and coaching and helping other people. So that's Capricorn rising, Sun in Virgo. Next is number 11 sign, that is Virgo. And let me show you. It's here. So I'll explain why I have highlighted these. Number 11 sign is Aquarius. So this is Aquarius rising. Saturn is sitting in the Lagna. And then this is the first house, second, third, fourth, like that. So you see, this is the 7th house and this is the 8th house. So Sun is sitting in the 8th house, but Sun is the 7th Lord. Sun is the ruler of the 7th house. Why? Because 7th house is what? Number 5 sign, which is Leo. So the 7th house is Leo. Sun is the ruler of the 7th house, sitting in the 8th house. At the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 8th house, sitting in the 7th house. Because Mercury rules Virgo, and Virgo is 8th house, goes back. So they are exchanging signs. There's a Parivartan yoga going on between the two. So these two are exchanging signs. Okay, so you can bring Sun back to the 7th house in Leo, and then you can bring Mercury ahead to the 8th house in Virgo, exalted Mercury. Okay, so this is Sun in Virgo. Check out so Sun will be in Hasta portion of that period, and then it goes to Chitra in October 10th. Listen to the intro section to understand the meaning of these and the remedies. So now, exchange between the 7th house Lord and the 8th house Lord, that makes the 7th house very powerful, with Sun sitting in Leo after the exchange in its own sign, Sun in his own kingdom. At the same time, Mercury exalted in the 8th house. 7th house and 8th house become very, very, very powerful. Straight away, I'll tell you, first thing is be very careful about any ego issues with your partners, both personal partnerships and business partnerships. Because Sun in Leo behaves like a king, so you may feel like very exalted, very in your element, like very confident and like a leader, but that may come across as too much of authority or a leader or ego for other people. So again, I cannot overemphasize, be very careful, Aquarius rising, of any anger or ego issues with your partnerships, with your partners, actually, right? And the 8th house is activated, so you'll discover hidden secrets and esoteric wisdom. You may get inheritance, because exalted Mercury means business. 8th house is money from other people, so that includes inheritance from your clients, from any money that you get from other people, not through your own job, right? So and Mercury is the planet for money and business and all of that. So you may even get maybe some insurance policy maybe maturing, or inheritance, or you may actually start some esoteric business, like maybe teaching Jyotish or Ayurveda or yoga. So it's a good time to do business or focus on business in the spiritual areas. There may actually be change in relationship, like the way you either literally change in relationship, or the way you perceive your relationship. So it may become more spiritual. Your foundation of the relationship may shift to be one of very like a spiritual foundation rather than just anything spiritual. So that's all for Aquarius rising, Sun in Virgo. And listen to the intro section to get more clarity on the Sun in Hasta and Sun in Chitra, and in general what Sun in Virgo means. Okay. Now, next one, number 12 sign, Pisces. Let's see what's going on here. I'll mark these two. I'll explain it in a second. So Sun in Virgo, we're talking about Sun in Virgo. That's a monthly transit that's from September 17th till October 17th, roughly. And so this is number 12 sign, Pisces rising, right? Now there's the first house, second house, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And Sun is sitting in the 7th house for Pisces rising, but Sun is the ruler of the 5th house. I'm sorry, it's 6th house. Okay, that's Leo. So first house, second house, third, fourth, fifth, 6th house is Leo. Number 5 sign is Leo, right? So Sun is the ruler of the 6th house, sitting in the 7th house. At the same time, Mercury is the ruler of the 7th house, sitting in the 6th house, because Mercury is ruler of number 6 sign, which is Virgo. So in a way, they're exchanging signs. So you can bring Sun back to the 6th house, and you can bring Mercury ahead to the 7th house. So what does that do? If you bring Sun back to the 6th house, that becomes Leo Sun sitting in the 6th house. 6th house becomes very powerful. And once you bring Mercury here in the 7th house in Virgo, that becomes an exalted Mercury with Mars and Sun, right? So energy of the Sun. So after exchange, Mercury goes here, but also in any case, after October 1st, Mercury goes to the sign of Virgo. So it is exalted Mercury in the 7th house anyway. And so this is true for Aquarius also, but for Pisces also, your 7th house is the power house. Exalted Mercury, Sun, Mars. So be careful about ego, conflict, anger with your relationships, with your one-on-one partnerships. Okay, so I've written here, give importance to your partner's views and needs, because see, Sun in the 7th house, what it does, your partner may feel that you have too much brilliance. Okay, so this may actually it's a lot of fire energy. It's like intense fire. So you cannot stand your partner in a way. So that's the energy. So be careful. Give importance to their views and needs, and but excellent time to do business with your partner. Like do this some business together, right? Exalted Mercury in the 7th house. Amazing time to do some creative business work together with your partner. And then remedies for Hasta and Chitra we talked about in the intro section. Do all those. One other thing actually Pisces rising could do is do mantras or artwork together with your partner, with your relation. So with your business partner or with your spouse or husband or wife, right? So because Sun's in here in Hasta and then in Chitra. So Chitra is art and Hasta is all about Gayatri mantra. The deity for Hasta is Gayatri. Okay, so that was in a nutshell how this transit is going to be for each of the 12 rising signs. All right, so do listen to the intro section again to get the full picture. And as I mentioned, Sun, this is Surya Sankranti. So this is the ingress of Sun in each sign every month. So Sun stays in a sign for a month, and every month it's a different energy. It's very, very important to see the transit of Sun, because Sun is, as I mentioned, ruler of the solar system. Sun is the structure of the solar system. Sun is the truth. Sun is the giver of light. Sun is the timekeeper. Sun is our immunity, our health, our confidence, our leadership abilities, our authority. So you want to see where the Sun is in the zodiac right now, and then that transit, how it may impact you. So of course you want to look at your natal chart also. So for that, of course, you have to look at your chart and superimpose the transit over natal chart. But in general, these are the predictions for Sun in Virgo from September 17th through approximately October 17th. Again, thanks for watching. Hope this was useful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get all the notifications for my videos on your YouTube links. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Namaste.